After that, the oils came into play because I started realizing you can work with herbs and all that kind of stuff and still put together smells and honey. Okay? And it's still a softer life type thing. It's just I'm putting this on. I'm becoming like this mysterious woman because I'm spraying a smell that you may be familiar with, but there's a little extra something behind it. So it's a little different. Again, and I started to notice that things were popping a little bit on the days I wore the oil versus the days I didn't. Okay, when I say popping, I mean money was just doing different things on those days that were always good. Now, that was just me digging into myself saying, this is a self-care project. I want to be rubbing amazing butters on my skin to absorb, for it to be absorbed. I want to be in charge of what I put on my body. What is going on my body? What is this the biggest eliminative and absorbative organ on the body? What is it absorbing when I rub lotion into my body? Well, now I know what it's absorbing when I put my butters on my skin. I've been using my personal butters since 2016. Really, technically 2015, but I stumbled into my scent in 2016, which I've changed a little bit, brought out in different areas, whatever. Doing more and more work around doing things that I like is what brought forward that's what softness is. You're doing things that you like to do, things that you can just lay back and relax and do. That's what the softness is. So now you're doing this soft stuff, right? Butters, oils. How did I expand that? It wasn't nails and brows and feet and, massages and stuff like that. Because that's just like, that's normal upkeep as far as I'm concerned, right? But it was not having to do the heavy lifting around it. Now we're wondering, like, what is this soft life thing? And when I say we, I really mean me. But I know it's a thought process out here. People are just like, what does that mean? A lot of people think it means being provided for. And it does. But it also means understanding your place in that dance of being provided for. So it's to understand that ultimately all of humankind is supposed to have a softer life, not just women. I know that's not going to be popular. We are not supposed to be toiling out here like we are. But if there's going to be someone that's going to do that, it's going to be the person that's moving with that more masculine energy. And I'm saying it that way for that reason. The person that's moving with that more masculine energy. Now, when I realized personally that was wearing me the hell out, I stopped. Ergo softness. Softness. And I know a lot of people go, well, how did you just stop? You just stopped. And then you begin to command other things. And it's not a gimmick. It's a, like, take for instance, this is something I was doing by myself. It had nothing to do with a person, no manipulation, nothing. My point was that moving full tilt in a masculine energy, always trying to get stuff done, always being out here doing the most, was going to eventually kill me. And I wanted to live. So now the demand was, what you going to do here? Because your rubber band is stretched taut, sis. Okay, I'm going to stop. Softness. When you recognize that you need to stop, and then you stop, then you start to realize how many people have been counting on you running full tilt in that masculine energy. And a lot of people count on the people that move in that energy. And I know a lot of women feel like, I shouldn't have to be in that, or I'm fine. I bring it because that's what I got to do. It depends on the person, right? But nonetheless, when you make that decision to fall back, and in most cases, it's made for you via sickness. Your body stops moving. And now you have to receive energy from many others in order to be. Softness. But that softness, that softness with a bit of from repercussions of not taking care of yourself. if you're going to take care of yourself, you have to fall back. But if your natural energy is to fall back to be like, I think at a certain point there's a depletion of masculine energy in my form, in me, period. Like there, no, when you realize that the physical structure that you get up and animate through every day has an expiration, in an expiration point in so many different things. Like people just say, oh, I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this person today, or I can't do it. I can't get out of bed because I'm tired, or no, I'm not going to that function because you know what? I done used every bit. I need to rest. We're talking about laying back in the softness at that point, right? Once you realize that you've been laid back in the softness, it's just like, man, this is an Oya moment, because she will break you when you're not listening. Your physical form will break you when you're not listening, and this world don't allow for people to listen unless you go to live somewhere where people. It's a different style of living as far as like getting up with nature and going to sleep with nature. Do you get, I'm sure you all get where I'm going with this, right? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves first, because as people have been noticing of recent, employers, they don't care about you. Do you care enough about you to be like, I don't have to be there, you will figure it out, but I have to go figure me out? And I know right now, a lot of people are in the process of trying to figure it out. I get you. It works itself out all the time. All the time. But the nonsensical energy and on all the time it's being fed to you via so many different ways and things, because it's very, at this point, it is imbued in the world that the world will not operate without you doing something. And quite frankly, as we all know, it will. Life goes on. So why not live the life that you want to live? Because most of us have fallen hook, line, and sinker for the nonsense. Most of us have decided that is the only way that. So getting that, it's more so about understanding energy. And everybody's been talking about energy for decades, eons, whatever, okay? Long period of time, people have been talking about energy, because energy is a huge part of this entire process. Now, let's add to it that when you realize that your energy is extremely important for your life, and you are always giving it over to someone else, and they could care less about whether or not if you wake up the next morning, except for the fact that you got all the passwords to some stuff that they need, and now they got to figure out how to get back in it if you didn't wake up that morning, or if you woke up that morning sick and couldn't get in there and did not take their phone calls. Your energy is key to your life. And so, like right now, I see a lot of stuff. I don't watch the news that much, but when I do see it, and also I see some articles, reports coming across where all these companies are demanding people get back to work. And people are literally saying, no, I ain't doing that. We're going to make it off one salary in this house. We don't need to. Or there's another way to do this, because I'm not going to do this with you no more. The very fact that public transportation companies are literally upset because ridership is completely down. Like, people don't want to be on it no more. And so if you don't want to be on it no more, that means you're not spending money there no more. Your energy that you gave to a company to give to them. You understand? The energy always going somewhere else instead of to you. Right? Your energy is never just yours to use. You decide, I'm going to use my energy the way I want to. Now, right now, it's creating a very big chasm between those who want your energy and you deciding you're going to keep your energy, right? But understanding it and keeping your energy, you falling back into a softer life. You're like, I'm going to use this the way I want to. And if I'm going to give you any type of energy, this has to really work out for me. But what are they doing? They getting worse. Everything. They trying to really, hammer you in, right? Y'all know it's some Hunger Games nonsense going on right now. But you still decide that's not going to work for me. And a lot of people are still deciding that. And then people are starting to see, I feel, and I don't know, people have to let me know, are starting to see things work out no matter what. So maybe the energy that you've been putting out and getting back in the world is something that you actually generate. It's obvious, but then it's not when there's not enough energy to compensate for all the other things that you have to send energy out for. I'm speaking in a certain way for a reason. It's energy. And once you become this energy that you understand that you are, and you no longer being tricked about what you are, that's why things are doing what they're doing right now. Because a lot of people are waking up. Yes, they are. Her children are waking up. The world. Okay? Yeah. On that, I need some coffee. See y'all soon. Wake up. I'm sorry, I said I need some coffee. See y'all soon. Well, soon as now. You're going to wake up and go, I'm tired today. A lot of people literally are going, I don't know how this is about to work, but something got to happen because I'm not going to go to a holding facility because I just, did something I shouldn't have done at work because they have been driving me crazy. Right? I don't know how this is about to work, but I'm not signing into another NAS Zoom or Teams or nothing. No Google Meet, none of that for nothing because I'm tired. But what are you giving the world of value? You got to give it something because it's energy. You got to give some energy. Oh my goodness. So here, my energy is more so about sharing with people, obviously, spiritual things. That's my thing, Also, saying to people, herbs are major. So much so that you need to be bathing in them. And when I say bathing, it's not just getting in a tub and bathing. It is literally filling your life with understanding the qualities, properties of these things that are so abundant on the planet that help to change your energy. And if your energy is going to change, you're going to start to understand what energy does and how energy is generated. A lot of people going to get ready and fall back and be like, I didn't need that, Like, take for instance, I don't know if everybody remembers this town in California called St. Louis Obispo. SLO. It was featured on Oprah's show years ago. At the time, the median was like $25,000. Median income was $25,000. They made it a walkable town. And it was just this great place where it was like this oasis where people could just be and exist until Oprah got there with them daggone cameras. Once she got there, another crew of people came there. And once they got there, You look it up. You can look up Slow and you can see it's completely decimated. It's no longer that type of community. So like you don't want them, you almost don't want to go viral. You don't want the energy of these people that want to shine a light on you, because now the things have been driven up so high in that area that, at least the last time I checked, nobody wants to be there. Everybody wants to get out. It got ruined by all the spotlight being put on it. Look it up. St. Louis Obispo. It's in California. It was beautiful. I remember seeing it on her show. I hadn't heard about it. And I always was like, wow, I wonder what's that like. I looked at it years later. It's like soy milk. Soy milk was good for everybody at one point. I don't know what happened with that. Okay. The issue is there's something corrosive about consumerism, and we know that. Everybody knows that. But I don't think you imagine it hits the way it does once it hits. Like, there are people that are putting spotlights on businesses right now and bringing blessings to people. But I always wonder, those people afterwards, once they get those blessings and everything, it was happening a lot with Oprah when she was talking to people about her favorite things or featuring different people that were doing stuff business-wise on her show. People who decided, I remember one, I think he was a lawyer or something like that, and he decided to become a cake baker. There was one who was on her show who was a lawyer that decided to become a cake baker, and she featured him. And okay, I don't know what eventually happened with that. And I wonder, I think to myself, you want that type of blessing, but it also comes with, is it softness? Or is it a lot of energy that you got to get ready and manage? And what type of energy do you have to use to manage it? How many more people can you bring in that are trying to live a soft lifestyle that could then help you manage that type of energy? Because it's big energy. All of a sudden you go from maybe 10, 20 cakes a week or 50 cakes a week or 100 cakes a week to thousands of cakes a week being asked for. Like, are you putting in like what are you doing? What type of controls are you putting in and everything? Because hello, all have enough energy to give the world to be able to say, make a donation here. Right? Do we all have enough energy to give the world to make a donation here? To give. Do we all have enough energy to be able to say unto ourselves, it's going to figure itself out? Because people are tired right now. And people are starting to realize they leaving here quickly because of lack of energy, food. When they feel like, if I could just have a weekend where I could make some food, grow some food in my backyard, would my life be better? So now seeds are disappearing from the marketplace. There is so much, but nonetheless, I will say this. Most people haven't stepped into this yet. No, they haven't. So while you hear this from me right now, it's all about energy. I'm going to be talking about this because I got a lot more to say about it, but I'm not trying to hit everybody with it really super fast because I think people are going to be like, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Energy. I'm telling you, we went from softness, self-love creation projects to energy, back to understanding that softness, a life that we demand for ourselves, is coming for anyone who feels like they are using too much hard energy, which is very masculine. Okay? And so you decide to fall back. And sometimes your body can take over and knock you down because you're not listening. And the companies that are using your masculine energy at full tilt, they're gonna hire a temp. They're gonna bring somebody in because, okay, you sick right now, life ain't stopping for you. But your life just changed for you. And how do you change your energy? Because you start to realize, especially if it's an acute condition and you're in a hospital and a doctor is saying, listen, you can't get up. There's nothing you can do. You just got you right here. And you trying to struggle to get out of the bed because, right? And you feel that very bad pain in your body, wherever in the heck it is, and you can't go nowhere. That's not softness. You laid out. You laid down. It's a chill out. You done for a minute. And now you just have to kind of trust. Like, something's going to happen. Something good. Because you know that the reason that you're moving at that type of capacity, like, you know the reason that you're moving your energy at such a high rate and level is because you're trying to take care of yourself and your people. So something has to happen so that while you are in that position of being laid out, that everything can continue to go in your life. And that's where we get into energy. You get me now? We're into energy. That's softness. And ladies, when you begin to understand that softness it's a way, and you got it naturally, it's different. It's just different. Period. Okay? So, enjoy your day. Go be soft. Use your energy the way you want.